Everyone talks about the glow up, the skin, the gym, the money, but no one talks about how lonely, confusing, and uncomfortable that transformation really is. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the real glow up, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and how when you are transforming into your highest self, it's going to cost you the version of you that everyone else was so comfortable with. Now, if you're new here, my name is Stephanie. I am a travel, personal development, and lifestyle content creator, and I create content so that you can grow, glow, and go all around the world. And in today's video, we are getting into the ugly truths that are surrounding your glow up. We're getting into it all today. And I am giving you 3 and a bonus if you stay until the end, because recently I feel like I have definitely over this past, honestly, couple of years, I have been working super hard on myself. And honestly, these are the 3 truths that no one really talks about. We always talk about glowing up. We always talking about getting finer, making more money, getting your mans, all that cutesy stuff. But at the end of the day, what about the friendships that you lose? What about the friends that you thought were going to last forever, but they decided that they didn't want to hang out with you anymore because they don't like this new version of you? What about the jobs that you had to lose? What about the career that you thought you wanted? All of this because you decided that you wanted to invest into yourself to become the best version of yourself that was aligning with the highest version of you. So sis, let's go ahead and get into it.
Baby girl.
So like I said before, recently I have experienced, honestly, I feel like the biggest glow up. I feel like this is what my glow up, what my journey was training for. I just stepped into my dream role of being my own boss in entrepreneurship. Though I still might be on somebody's payroll, I'm still able to do things my way. And that is something that I've wanted for the longest time. I'm finally stepping into my dream body. I literally have been working so hard on making sure that I've been eating the right things, going to the gym, getting a regimen that really works for me. And sis, hard work really pays off. And it's not just my physical, but it's also my spiritual. I really feel like I'm stepping into a version of me that's so aligned with what God in the universe has for me, because I can just see it happening in real time. There's so many serendipitous moments that happens, and I just feel like that was very aligned. That was supposed to happen. That happened exactly how it should have, because I deserve it and I've been working hard for it. But not only that, but because I am becoming so aligned with my highest self, God is just handing me opportunities because he feels I'm ready. And that is what a glow up is all about. But to be honest, to be real, this was not an easy journey. It wasn't an easy journey mentally. It wasn't an easy journey spiritually. It definitely wasn't an easy journey physically. And that is really what we're going to talk about today, because I feel like we always talk about a glow up. Like I said before, we always talk about getting finer, getting the man and all that good stuff, but we don't really talk about what glowing up really costs you. And if you're listening to this video, I know that you are someone who is stepping into the best version of themselves this year, and you're always looking to elevate your life and move on to the next level. You're probably experiencing some of the ugly truths that we're going to uncover today. I just want to tell you, you're not alone. You're doing an amazing job. I'm very proud of you, and keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop just because you might have lost a friend that might have been near and dear to you. That friend was lost for a reason. So if you are on your journey to becoming your best self and you realize that not everybody can come with you and not everybody is coming with you, then this one is definitely for you. Now do me a favor, sis, and hit that red button down below to subscribe. We are on the journey to 700 subs. I'm literally so excited. Like, it's so crazy to me every single time I say it, because it's like, whoa, is this really happening right now? And apparently the answer is yes. Yes, it is actually. Definitely do me a favor and hit that red button down below to subscribe, and also hit that like button, because this will suggest to the algorithm that this is a good video for others to watch as well. And I would love for this video to find people who are also on their glow up journey, who are going through some of the hard transitions and things that we're going to talk about today. So without further ado, sis, let's get into number 1, okay? And number 1, the truth is, you can't take everyone with you. And honestly, you shouldn't, because at the end of the day, not everyone is meant to be on your journey. You meet people for a reason, you meet people and they're there for a season, and then you meet the people that are there for a lifetime. And that's not wrong, but you truly have to understand that you cannot bring everyone with you. Everyone who's in your current circle, your current friend group, your family even, you cannot always bring them with you no matter how badly you want to. You can bring a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. So keep that in mind during your glow up journey. And honestly, I like to say you're hanging around a bubble, right? You're hanging around your current friends, you're in this current bubble, but you keep trying to pop it. You keep trying to pop it, you keep trying to break out of it. But because you keep hanging out with the people who are reinforcing this bubble, it's like you're creating layers and layers and layers around this bubble, and it becomes really hard to pop because they keep reinforcing it until you finally break free and remove yourself from it so that they can't keep reinforcing that bubble. So you have to remove yourself in a way and create distance, and growth often creates that distance, and that is okay. When you're growing and you can feel yourself on a higher elevation, on a higher journey, and you're starting to notice some of the distance that you might have created with current friends and current family members, keep that in mind. And it's okay if you want to address it. I'd address it if you want to. Maybe that'll help them step out of their comfort zone and realize that there's things that need to be changed within themselves as well. But at the end of the day, you can address, but you don't need to fix. It's not your job to fix them, okay? It's your job to focus on you and what you need to do to grow and elevate. Personally, I don't want to say I've lost friends. I want to say that I've grown apart because I don't want to ever wish anyone ill. I take notice to friends that might have fallen off or I don't speak to them anymore. I do take notice because what girl doesn't? But I think that once I graduated college, I started this journey of leveling up and just continuing on a path that was maybe different from everyone else. And I had to be okay with that. And there were friends and people that I thought were really going to just be like my ride or dies. And I realized very quickly, not even 3 months after, that that was not the case. It was, trips being taken without me. I didn't even get an invite. And I'm like, whoa, like, was this intentional? But honestly, yes, it was intentional. We know you exist still, and we didn't want you there. I couldn't be too upset about it because at the end of the day, maybe those people were being removed from my life because it's breaking patterns that I wasn't meant to stay in. Maybe they weren't going to be able to aid in my growth mindset. Maybe they were going to keep me stuck at a level that I wanted so desperately to get out of. So when you lose friends, when you start to see those friends wither away, just know that it's for a reason, as much as it may hurt, because it definitely hurt a little bit. And I still wish those people very, very well. I hope that on their careers and on their journeys, they reach the highest levels of success possible because I know they're capable of it. But at the end of the day, I just know I have to root from afar. I don't need to be in the front lines cheering. I can be in the stadium. I can be on the lawn, giving a little... I don't need to be up there doing a whole 1-2, because if they're not doing it for me, why should I take out the extra energy to do it for them? And that's okay. Honestly, I don't want you to feel bad about that. I just want you to know that at the end of the day, it is what it is. We all lose friends, and you can't take everyone with you. As much as when you make it to the top and you finally get there and you wish you could have your whole tribe, not everyone is going to be able to make it, sis. And I'm sorry. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but it's going to be a little bit lonely for a certain period of time. And with that loneliness, there's going to be periods of your glow up journey that even your closest friends are not going to be able to relate to, because everybody is experiencing something different. Even if your bestie is on a glow up journey too, you guys might be in two completely different places of that journey, and you have to be okay with that. It's okay to talk about it and to come together, but they're not always going to understand in totality everything that you're going through, because first of all, they're not in your head, and two, they're having a completely different human experience to you. So I think it might be time for you to maybe reach outside sources such as the universe, God, journaling, practicing those sorts of things so that you feel like your connection is stronger. Get more grounded in that, because loneliness is part of the journey. There have been times in my glow up journey that I'm like, do I have any friends? I mean, obviously I have friends, but it just feels so lonely and isolating that it's like, am I the only one going this? Period. Just know it's okay. You don't have to feel like you're going through it alone, though at times it does feel like that. But that period of isolation is literally, as they say, the chrysalis, or as some might call it, metanoia. And I'll attach the definition for that down below. It's basically like the human experience version of the caterpillar transitioning into a butterfly, but it's the human version. And they call that metanoia. And it's like the period of isolation before you literally change the way you think and you change the way that you see the world. But our version of metanoia is literally that period of isolation in your glow up journey that you step into who you truly are. You start to see the world differently. You start to treat people differently. Your mind literally changes. Your chemistry literally changes because you're so in tune with yourself and the universe and what God has for you. And you start to walk in a more aligned, purpose-filled path. So we're going to go ahead and get into number 2. And number 1, honestly, what we were talking about just before blends me into my next point of number 2 is it's okay to outgrow people. Honestly, outgrowing isn't betrayal. It's just alignment. When you outgrow people, it just helps you to be in circles and create new circles of people that align better with your highest version of you. I have felt an incredible amount of emotional guilt when it comes to outgrowing people, whether that's friends, family members. But I just wish someone would have told me, like, it's okay if you outgrow them. Like, and also it's okay to tolerate people in a way. I know there's people that you cannot completely get rid of. We all got those people that you just like gum stuck on a shoe, right? You're not going to be able to get rid of them. That is okay. That at the end of the day, that is not anything you need to feel bad about and wish that you could just, stop dealing with them. But outgrowing isn't betrayal. Outgrowing is just you stepping into a better version of you. And that goes into what we were saying about before, like with the period of isolation. And yes, that feels lonely at the time, but you're going to be so grateful for it when you're finally able to like spread your wings like a butterfly and be the most beautiful, highest, beautiful version of you possible, because you were able to grow through that period of loneliness, of isolation, and truly understand what it is you want. Who do you want to be? Who do you say that you want to be? And you can align yourself better with that person. I know with old circles, it's really hard sometimes to like say you want to be something or someone or this person, but they know the old version of you. So they're like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. But it's never going to align truly because you're trying to force a narrative where it doesn't fit for them. And it doesn't fit for that circle because they don't know the new version of you, and they're not going to know the new version of you because they don't know the new version of you. And that's because you haven't created it yet. You're in this period of in between, like you're in the middle of like, this is who you are, this is who you say you want to be, but you want to bridge that gap. But with the people that you are currently with, are they helping you to get to the next point? If the answer is no, maybe it's time to get to that middle point where it's like, okay, I'm not necessarily hanging with this crowd anymore because that doesn't really align with who I say I want to be, but I haven't quite made it to this point of who I say I want to be because I'm not fully aligned in there yet. So I'm in this period in the in-between where I'm outgrowing everybody and I'm stepping into this period of where it's just me, but I'm not really sure exactly what to do, who to hang out with. The answer is you. You need to hang out with you. You need to be reading. You need to be looking at glow up content. You need to be working on yourself. You need to be working on your finances. You need to be working on your mind, your spiritual, your physical, your mental. You need to be working on those things. That is what you need to be working on during that time. You don't need to be working on, oh, let me get new friends. Let me hang out here and see if I meet anyone. No, that's not the point of the isolation. The point of the isolation is to work solely on you, not on anybody else. I mean, besides work and stuff like that, work is work. We got to pay the bills, right? But at the end of the day, that period of time is for you to work on you, not anybody else's vision, not anybody else's goals. Who do you say you want to be, and how can you bridge the gap between who you currently are and who you say you want to be and get there? So let's move into number 3. And number 3 is you must choose your higher self daily. This is not a weekly thing. This is not a monthly thing. This is a daily thing. This is an hour by hour. When you wake up, it starts first thing in the morning when that alarm goes off. When you wake up, are you pressing snooze? If you press snooze, you're voting for your current self, not your higher self. Because I guarantee you, when you set that alarm, you were like, I'm going to get up early. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to make my coffee. I'm going to make breakfast. I'm going to get this, and this done. And by the time you hit snooze and you actually finally get up, your higher self has already gone to the gym. She's already made that coffee. She's already journaled for the day. She's on to the first task, and she's already showered and gotten dressed for the day. And you're just now getting up, rubbing the crust out of your eyes, in your mind like, dang, I should have just gotten up with my alarm. Honestly, that's the problem. That's the problem right there, because you're voting for your current self when that alarm went off, when you snoozed it, instead of voting for your highest self and just getting out of the bed and following through with the intentions that you had already set. And it's not cute. I've had days where I've chose my current self over my higher self, but more and more I am believing and truly walking and choosing my higher self daily, because I am so confident. I am so excited. I am so ready to meet the woman that I am about to become, that I am becoming, and ready to see where that takes me. In my own life, this has looked like, one, of course, doing my best to stop snoozing that dang alarm. I don't know about y'all. I love my sleep. And the problem is that I don't get in bed at the time that is necessary for me to wake up when I want to. So first of all, that's setting a night routine. When you have your night routine, you are being intentional about winding down your day and setting yourself up for success for the next day. My nighttime routine consists of course, showering, skincare, body care, but also making my to-do list for the next day. Journaling, I usually journal at night. I know some people journal in the morning, but I journal at night. Also, that kind of sets the intention for the next day for me and helps me to wind down about what happened the day of, if that makes sense. I don't journal like, this is what happened today, this is what I did, and then I went here. Like, it's more so, I hung out with this person, it made me feel so empowered, it made me feel really good, yada, yada, yada. And tomorrow, I really want to accomplish this, but I know I need to set myself up like X in order to accomplish X. That's just how I do it. I also love the 3-3-3 method. The 3-3-3 method is 3 things that made me happy, 3 things that I'm grateful for, and 3 intentions for tomorrow. I encourage you to use whatever works for you. Go on Pinterest, get some journaling prompts, whatever you gotta do. But at the end of the day, that's how I set myself up for success for the next day. I make my to-do list, and that way tomorrow when I wake up, I already know exactly what I got to get done. I already know. I just got to get to it. And that's the hard part, bridging the action between think and do. All right, just do it. Like Nike, okay? Another example is I set a time limit on all of my social media apps. Now, I'm not perfect. I don't completely adhere to this time limit all the time. It might be a Saturday and I decide I want to scroll for a little longer, and that's okay. But when my timer goes off, most of the time, 90% of the time, I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I scroll out. It's 15 minutes a day on all social media. And after that 15-minute timer is up, I literally think to myself, wow, I just spent the last 15 minutes on social media. What a good, not necessarily waste of time, but way to spend my time, right? And I feel like if you get aware of like how you're using your time, that is really going to help as well. And every time I feel the urge to open Instagram or open TikTok, I'm like, well, have I picked up a book today? If the answer is no, let me do that for 15 minutes instead of scrolling for 15 minutes, because I guarantee you reading that book is going to get me a lot closer to being my higher self than scrolling on Instagram or TikTok and trying to see what's trending and things of that nature. Now, of course, if you're a content creator, there's productive scrolling, right? We can scroll to see what is trending, what kind of things can I create, what do I need to be on in my niche or whatever. But if you are just scrolling just to scroll or doom scrolling, how is that really helping you towards your goals? Those are just a couple of things that you could do to will help you work towards your higher self. Setting a morning routine, setting a nighttime routine, reading instead of scrolling, watching what you eat. Do you really need something sweet after every meal? And you talking to the queen of sweets right here. I love a sweet treat. I actually have a video planned where we're going to make a sweet treat, and I'm not ashamed of it. But, sweet treats in moderation obviously is the goal. But do you need a sweet treat after every meal? Probably not. You just have to be aware. You have to really know exactly what your higher self would need the most. Like I've said before, discipline is the best form of self-love that you can give yourself. Because when you stay disciplined and you stay dedicated to something, when you stay dedicated to what you say you want, I was dedicated to the gym this year. I made sure that I got a gym membership that was close to me, that was accessible, because in the past I've had gym memberships that were 30 minutes away, and it just created more excuses as to why I didn't go. I needed a gym membership that I would have access to everything. As you know, I have Planet Fitness, and I ended up getting the black card because I wanted to be able to work out near my job. I wanted to be able to work out near my mom and dad. I wanted to be able to work out near where I live. I wanted to be able to work out with my friends. I didn't want to have any excuses when it came to that. Then I was like, okay, I'm going to consult with my business partner, ChatGPT, and create a workout plan. And I created a workout plan, which I highly encourage you to do if you have not done already. Then I decided, okay, what days of the week are going to work best for my schedule? And then I decided on the days of the week that work best. If there were more, great. If there were less, what can you do to substitute? Can you go on a walk around the neighborhood? Can you do an at-home workout? What do you have to do in order to keep up with the actual habit of following through with the goals that you have for yourself? And that is discipline. Okay, maybe I didn't get to go to the gym today, or maybe I missed my workout this morning. Can I get a 15-minute walk-in at lunch instead? And that is still going to be something that helps to make me feel better, at least, about being able to complete goals and get to the end goal, basically. So discipline is really the highest form of self-love. And honestly, it shows. Everyone's been asking me, girl, you been in the gym? Oh, body T. And I'm like, see, that's discipline. That wasn't 1 or 2 workouts. That was a consistent training regimen. That was going to the gym on days where I literally did not want to go to the gym. There have been days where I've had to drag myself to the gym. I sit in the parking lot for a good 15 minutes and then I'm like, well, I'm already here, so I might as well go inside. I go inside, I turn on my playlist and I'm like, okay, I'm glad I came. And I get the workout over with. There's been days where I go to the gym and I literally am like, I don't want to do any strength training. I just want to get on the Stairmaster and watch my TikTok videos and watch my YouTube. That's something, right? Some people hate the Stairmaster. Personally, she's that girl. You didn't hear from me, but she's that girl, okay? But how can you be disciplined in your own life? At the beginning of the year, I set up 3 words that I wanted to embody: presidential, scholarly, and radiant. I wanted to be happier. I wanted to be more fun to be around. Not that I wasn't fun to be around before. I was very fun to be around. I still am very fun to be around. But I wanted to be more of a radiant person, have more of a radiant personality. Scholarly. I was like, I want to read more books. I've read more books this year than I have in the past 2 years combined. And that's because I set the intention and I followed through. I was like, at least 2 books a quarter. Last quarter, I read 3 books. And not because I was checking goals off. It's because I genuinely wanted to keep reading, to keep learning, to keep taking in new knowledge. Presidential, I wanted to finally start my own business, be my own boss, embody being the president and the CEO of my own life. And I did. And the year's not even over yet. So you have to really set the intention and follow through. That's where the discipline comes in, okay? Now, it's extremely important with this to have grace with yourself, okay? Nobody is perfect, and I already told you I'm not perfect. There are still days where that screen time will pop up and I'll say 15 more minutes, please, and I will happily do that. But just understand, we all have days. There will be days where I want a sweet treat after dinner. There's days where I don't eat what I need to. There's weeks where I haven't gone to the gym. Maybe it was my mental. Maybe I had so much going on that I literally could not squeeze in time for the gym. And that's okay. You have to have grace, but it's always important to get back on track. Never let a day, a week, a month mess up the entire flow of the rest of your life, okay? Choosing your higher self daily is hard. It is so hard. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about how hard it is to keep that in mind. And then also, they don't talk about it in terms of when you are around other people and you have to say no to certain things. When you have to say, no, I can't go out tonight because I told myself I was going to get up early tomorrow morning to go to the gym. When you say, no, I'm going to skip the dessert, guys, you have fun because I've already met my calorie intake for the day. I keep using gym analogies just because that's where my brain is most of the time. But you just have to understand that not everybody's going to get it, but you need to get it. You need to understand, and that's all that matters. Don't spend time trying to prove yourself to other people, trying to tell them why this is happening, why you have to do it like that. Because honestly, sis, some people are just destined to not understand you. They're literally going to try their hardest not to get where you're coming from. Don't waste your time. Literally don't do it, okay? Now let's move on to our bonus, our 4th and our final note for the day, which is your environment literally shapes your glow up. Your environment shapes your reality, whether that is your mental environment, your physical environment, even your digital environment. I promise you, your digital environment matters. Honestly, I would say it even matters more than your physical environment nowadays because everything is so digital, but it shapes who you're becoming and who you are. If you hang around lazy people all day, I promise you, I can look at your habits and see that you're lazy. If your For You page is nothing but nonsense, I promise you in here is nothing but nonsense. Your environment shapes your reality, and I need you to understand that. You are going to have to do some deep cleansing. For me, I made separate pages. I made separate social media pages. You can see in my description below, I have a separate TikTok. I have a separate Instagram, and I'm on those more than I'm on my main pages because I realized I had curated a For You page that kind of was nonsense. I had curated a feed that was kind of nonsense, or just a whole bunch of noise. Honestly, I won't even say nonsense. It was just noise. Now, when I go into my TikTok or my Instagram on these separate pages that I created, I've actually created things that are good for me. I'll see podcast clips. I'll see meals and high protein recipes. I'll see some dog videos every now and then, because who doesn't like a good dog and cat video? But it's actually things that are going to help me grow. And I feel good about the time that I spend on social media. I don't feel like I wasted time. So that's why sometimes I do click that little 15-minute button. And I do go between both pages because they're still active and I still need to keep them active, and I still post on those pages. But at the end of the day, you have to be very aware of the environment. And when you change your environment mentally, when you start to think differently, when you start to see differently, when you start to embody the change that you want to see in the world and other people, your physical environment will change as well. Because it's like you made this agreement to the universe. It's like, okay, I know I'm destined for greatness. I'm destined for better. And I'm going to think like that. I'm going to keep moving in that frequency. And then before you know it, your entire environment changes. You don't even know how it happened, but it did. It just happens overnight. Well, not overnight. It doesn't feel like overnight when you're in the midst of it. But you look back, hindsight is always 20/20, and you realize, wow, I've come such a long way. And I've been able to change my environment, not only mentally, but physically and digitally as well. And like I said, I feel like digital is so important nowadays because that's where we spend most of our time. Like if you look at your screen time and see how much time you're spending on your digital environment, you're going to have to invest in it. Like you have to invest in creating a better environment for yourself there. I started listening to podcasts. When I first started my glow up journey, I started listening to podcasts. The very first podcast was the Mel Robbins podcast. That's a really great one. I love the She's So Lucky podcast. It was formerly Balanced Black Girl, and that's when I started listening. Really great show. Lots of women that are super inspiring, and it just motivates you to keep going, honestly. The Diary of a CEO is very great. I love that podcast, but it do be a little long, so you got to break it into sessions. Same with Mel Robbins. I also love the Mindset Mentor. The Mindset Mentor is a great, quick to the point podcast about anywhere between 15 to 25 minutes sometimes, and I listen to that literally every single morning. I'm going to listen to the podcast because it gets me motivated, it gets me going, and it helps me to become a better person. Also, if you like reading, pick up more books, get that mental together, because at the end of the day, that environment matters more than your physical. And when I say physical, I mean like your immediate physical environment. Maybe it's time to start cutting out some friends, like we said at the very beginning, but your environment literally shapes your reality. I even joined courses to help me level up in this. And one of the courses that I'll talk about is called Her Digital Empire. And I took this course as a newbie to entrepreneurship, digital products, content creation, just wanting better. That course is one of the main reasons that I'm still making YouTube videos to this day. We meet on a monthly basis, and if you don't come with progress, you might as well not come. Like, it forces you to stay on it, to stay on top of your work, to stay organized, to keep making progress, because Janessa will literally call me out. Are we at 1K subs yet? I'll feel like, you're right, I need to go harder. So I'll literally leave the link in the description, but that is literally the main reason that I'm still creating content. I'm still investing in digital product ideas, still investing in this and learning how to do this even better, rewatching modules, because it's like, I am always looking to level up to get better. So what if that means I can't hang out on a Tuesday at 7 p.m. anymore? So what if that means I can't go out this Saturday to the club because that just doesn't align with the person who I'm trying to become? So really evaluate when it comes to your environment, the people that you hang around, your digital environment, your mental environment. Is it pushing you to be better, or are you staying in the same cycle? Is it keeping you in the same cycle that you're trying to break out of? Because if it's keeping you in the same cycle, maybe it's time to reevaluate. So you got that bonus out of me because I love you. But in conclusion, your glow up is going to be lonely. It is. I hate to break it to you. There is going to be moments where you're like, am I in this alone? Is it just me here? Yes. The answer is yes, because you're on your own individual journey. You have to be okay with that. I don't want you to feel like it's something that's out of the ordinary. We all go through it, truly. It's okay not to take everybody with you. You're not going to be able to, but you owe it to yourself to become the best version of you that you were put on this earth to be. You are destined for greatness. If you're watching this video, I know for a fact that you are about to be the most amazing and on the way to being the most amazing human being that I've ever laid eyes on. And I want you to drop a butterfly emoji in the comments if you are on this journey with me to becoming the best and most glowed up, highest version of ourselves, not only at the end of 2025, but also in 2026. So I want to hear from you. What stage of your glow up journey do you feel like you're in right now? I feel like I'm in like the stage where we got through like all the like really tough parts. Maybe not. I don't want to speak out of turn here. I don't know. That's really up to the man upstairs. But I do feel like I'm starting to see like a horizon. Like I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I've been having my head down for so long, grinding, just been like head down, like just running, grinding gears. I don't even know the analogy I'm looking for. If I figure it out, I'll leave it down here. But I feel like I'm in that stage where I'm finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel and I'm like running towards it. Like when I tell you I'm running full speeds, I feel like I'm a track star right now. Like she's a runner, she's a track star, because I'm ready. I'm so ready to get there. And obviously I'm not going to burn myself out in the pursuit of it. But at the end of the day, I just know that she is so close. I can like catch her. Like I want to catch her so bad. And I'm so excited. Like I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself for finally sticking to something that I know is for the betterment of me, and people around you are going to be able to see that. My friends have been able to comment on it, and it's been something that's been very emotional for me because it's like I've been working so hard, and sometimes you don't know if people notice. And when people do notice and then they bring it up to you, it just, oh my God, my heart just like melts, like teary-eyed just thinking about it, honestly. But very proud of myself. And I don't say this to boast. I say this because this is an example. I want to serve as an example of it is possible. You just need to keep your head down. You need to stay focused. You need to stay strong, and you need to be committed to the highest version of you. And you need to get very clear on who the highest version of you is. Use Pinterest, use visualization, write it down, use your notes app, use a journal. But get clear on who she is, so that way stepping into her will be even easier, even more clear. It'll be even easier to be like, no, I can't do that because that doesn't align with who she is on paper. That doesn't align with my Pinterest board. Just get very clear, okay? I don't want you to feel lost. I'm like, oh, wait, who do I want to be? Because I know you know, but it's harder to stick to it because you don't have it written down. You don't have a visual of it. Get very clear, write it down. Now, comment what part of your glow journey that you are on right now. And if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, my love, and hit that red button down below to subscribe to my channel, because I am on the road to 700 subs. And I would love to have you as part of the community as we continue to grow and to glow all lifelong. I don't even want to say all year long anymore, because this is just a journey. This is the journey that we're on. This is the path that we're on. And if you want to be a part of this collective, I encourage you to hit that red button down below to subscribe, and then hit that bell for post notifications, because we're definitely getting to the personal development stuff. Honestly, over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be hitting you back to back, because I am all about glowing up and becoming the best version of yourself in 2026. Also, if you love to travel, you love lifestyle content, that is me as well. I'm your girl. I have a whole travel vlogs playlist for my girlies who love to travel. And I'm also doing a series where I'm planning out my birthday trip to Greece. So if you are interested in how I plan trips, especially as a travel creator, definitely tune into that series. I think you'll really like it. The next video, we're going to be talking about our budget. A lot of y'all hate that. A lot of you guys hate the word budget, but you need to get familiar, okay? We need a budget, okay? You cannot glow up without having some sort of financial discipline. Yeah, trust me. So we're going to be talking about budget in that Greece video, so definitely tune in for that. And if you feel like this video resonated with you, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up, because that does suggest to the algorithm that this is a good video for other girls who are on their glow up journey to watch as well. Now, that is all I have for you for today, friend. Be sure to tune in for next week for next week's video. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. Stay dedicated, stay disciplined, stay you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Baby girl.